Hi, I'm Caitlyn, and the lesson that I'm teaching for CSES this year is called Futurology. Before I tell you what that is, I'm going to tell you about two works of fiction written at two different times of history. So, the year is 1950. We've just won World War II about 5 years ago. We're in an economic boom right now, and the conflict between the United States and the Soviet Union is just starting to take shape. In 1950, Ray Bradbury writes a short story. It's called August 2026, There Will Come Soft Rains. This is a story in which the protagonist is not a person, but a house. The house is completely automated. It can make breakfast, make meals for the people who live there. It can clean itself. It can water its plants. It can do all sorts of things. The only thing the house cannot seem to do is recognize that no one is living inside it anymore. As we find out over the course of the story, the occupants of the house are dead. Their silhouettes are burned into the wall of the house by the explosion that killed them. Now, let's fast forward. The year is 2013. Guillermo del Toro makes a movie called Pacific Rim. This movie is pretty awesome. It's about a bunch of giant monsters which emerge from a portal in the Pacific Ocean to destroy the Earth. In response, humanity builds a bunch of giant robots. They pool their resources, countries start working together, and the robots beat up the monsters. Some other things happen along the way, but in the end we win. So in this story, humanity ends up saving the day. Now, I told you that my lesson was about futurology, which is also known as futures studies or futurism. Why would futurists be interested in looking at these particular works of fiction? After all, these things might not seem very likely to us right now. Well, the future, as we know, is created by people in the present. And what people in the present think about what could happen, what could potentially, where the world could potentially go, really has a large effect on what could happen in the world. So in 1950, when we've just seen the atomic bomb drop, when we're seeing these two superpowers really in conflict with each other, people are not necessarily feeling like humanity is going to make it. And Ray Bradbury's story really reflects that. In 2013, when the world is facing all these problems such as terrorism, climate change, all sorts of things like that, people are really feeling like, wait, there is a possibility for unity. There is a possibility for confronting these issues. And Pacific Rim reflects that. Futurologists are interested in those sort of portrayals of the future because we can learn a lot about the potentials that humanity might think are open to them, the things that people might try to work towards. Because after all, if you want to make something happen, first you have to be able to envision the possibility.